Hey guys, sorry, one moment, I'll be right there. I'm just uploading a video. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dog God Frog Log. Gonna be playing some Hero Cantar today. Where's our music at? There we go. Alright, so haha, there we are. Alright, so new updates. Super excited about them. Let's give everything a once over. Let me bring chat up real quick. There we go. Sorry if I missed anyone's comment. Chat's live. I had to get everything set up in a hurry. Alright, so here we go. Let's clean up my story. Get all the extra resources. And we're going straight into the pool. Let's go to the portal. Here's the banner. So you have Ju, Viol, Grace, and Viol. And we have LPO Park. I have quite a bit of summoning saved up. Didn't get it on the first pull. So I should have enough for a pity pool. Let's give this a shot. I have a quick preparation. So I want LPO Park. I like Juvial Grace as well, but it isn't. Hold on, I rolled over my headphone cable. Neither of them I have to have, but they're both pretty darn good units. I'd really like to pull either one of them. Alright, let's do this. First in. Nothing yet. There's a little hope. We're starting off with the LPO Park memory. So we're starting off. I like the S rank or the S memory shards we got there. Let's crack another 10. Oh, we got an SS. We got something. We got Juvial Grace. We got him pretty damn quick. 2 pulls. There he is. Damn. Do I keep going for the LPO? That was really quick on Ju. Let me see. Let's go look at LPO's abilities and see if we want to pop all of our gems now and grab him while we're at it. He's like really good for a burn team, and that's like what we are, right? Okay stats. I really like the animation. 105% attack, inflicts a burn with 30% attack, 70% probability for 2 turns. Target is burning, extends all dots for 1 turn. Attacks all opponents with 115% attack. Inflicts 2 burns with 30% attack for 2 turns. If the target is burning, generates 40% additional damage and makes the opponent unrecoverable for 2 turns. I really like that that's an AoE unrecoverable 155% damage burning attack. Like, it's pretty good. Attacks all opponents with 130% attack and inflicts 50% of additional damage if the opponent is debuffed, and then explodes all burns to inflict 40% of additional damage per 1 applied burn on the opponent. So I mean that's huge with Godkiller 0. And then he has like a weaker version of Muzaka's passive. But I'm kind of confused about the 9th Tail Unleashed. How do I if the hero is eliminated with burning, resurrects himself for 1 time and cannot be eliminated for 1 turn. Like, he has to burn to death to trigger that ability? his passive is crazy conditional. Like, that's such a crazy condition that is just so dead against so many teams that I just don't quite get why he has to burn to death. So I'm not sure if I still needed Juvial Grace, then I would keep pulling definitely. But I'm not sure if I pull just for him because I don't really need him. If he had a better passive, I would say like, oh, he's a must-have for my burn team. But I don't even think I'm gonna fit him into the burn team. Yeah, but Juvial Grace has a bunch of good abilities. We'll check him out in a minute and go into detail. My burn team, like, Hilda increases dot damage. I mean, if I increase dot damage by 100%, I don't really care if I blow up the burns. I just don't think I don't think he really has a spot for what I'm gonna do. Oh, you got him back to back? Nice, man. I got Juvial Grace on my second pull, so I'm kind of like, I think I'm good. I don't know if I want to grab him or not. I mean, he's going in, he's not a limited character, so I think that's it. I think I'll just get him later because he's not a limited character. Yeah. Because that saves me like 8 pulls. I mean, I need Queen No Name. I need Prime King Uma. Okay, let's do the rest of the dailies and get everything else knocked out. I'm happy we got it done in like 2 minutes. Like 2 pulls, 2 minutes. Like I was happy getting the Juvial Grace. I kind of want Ilpio just to play around with, but I don't know. I want to see somebody play around with him. I want to see if his passive is really that bad. Where's my roommate? I'm like so thirsty. I wonder if she'll give me water. We gotta do all of our arena stuff. Damn, nothing. Ilpio looks decent. Yeah, I'll go over all the units again. What is it? What is it with the music? Pretzel, like don't play the bad stuff. Okay, so Juvial Grace. He has attacks the opponent with the highest attack by 130%, deals additional damage by 10% attack for 2 times. For every additional damage, there's a 50% probability to decrease the opponent's attack by 30% for 2 turns. That's decent. It's not bad. Does some extra damage, so it's pretty good. Removes all buffs applied to one opponent in the front row and the back row, and prevents them from receiving buffs for 1 turn. Afterwards, it pierce attacks the opponents by 150% attack. So it's not an AoE cleanse, but it purges buffs. So he's like if you're fighting a boss like Kaiser, that's a great 2-cost purge. Like really, really cheap debuff unit. Pierce attacks all opponents by 120% attack, inflicts 170% additional damage to the opponent with the highest HP, and stuns the opponent for 1 turn. So it's never bad to have a stun. But it's not AoE, so... Well, yeah, it is. This one, my bad. And then it has a single target little bonus. Yeah, it's a good attack. And then... if the hero doesn't have any debuff when attacking, it boosts 15% attack and 15% critical hit damage up to 75%. So he just buffs the fuck out of himself. He's really strong. And then if he has any debuff, he removes a debuff, recovers 10% of his HP, creates a shield with 10% HP. So he's still going to take a lot of burn damage from God Killer 0. but he has his own little tiny mini tan, you know? So decent passive. And then he has a good EX ability where he attacks all opponents by 100% attack and additionally attacks one random opponent equal to 20% attack 5 times. The opponent that is hit by the random attack has a 30% probability of being stunned for 1 turn. So, so I guess that's like 5 chances to stun somebody at 30% chance. So like 5 30% rolls to see if they get stunned from that ult. So he's good, and his entire kit, like there's nothing about his kit that's kind of weird. But Ilpio has the weird conditional. We went over his abilities. He basically has a lot of burn synergy. Inflicts 2 burns here. AoE burn infliction with a damage increase if they are burning, makes them unrecoverable. AoE 130% attack, 50% additional damage if they're debuffed at all, and then it explodes all the burns to inflict 40% additional damage per burn. But it's and all that's good. Nothing there is really bad. But his passive's kind of odd. So we just looked at Jovial Grace, who just anytime he attacks, he's removing a debuff, or if he's not debuffed, he's just buffing himself up. Like you're getting, no matter what, you're getting really really good value from Jovial Grace's passive. But you have to be debuffed to get value from Ilpio. He doesn't get any value from his passive if he's not debuffed, which can be tricky, but not too tricky in this current meta. But then if the hero is eliminated with burning, resurrects himself for 1 time and cannot be eliminated for 1 turn. But like that would kind of be okay. Like I wouldn't mind it so much if I did Samyong Miol Dogak. I can't believe they translated they gave us all these other weird translations. They actually left this correct, but whatever, that's cool. So if this self-burnt, like, if he did his ability and then applied a burn to himself for, like, 10% attack or something, I'd be like, oh, okay, I get it. Because he at least is always able to kill himself with a burn and activate his passive. But he doesn't, like, self-burn. So, like, what do you do if you're not fighting God Killer Zero or something? Like, where is this 9th tail gonna come out? But if it wasn't for this passive, I was gonna snap grab him. Yeah, he's PvP. But even then, he's so niche. Like, I would counterpick him against a burn team. But it's not like there aren't better units to do. Like, you could just take Jovial Grace. They went pretty well, Epic. I did 2 pulls. I got Jovial Grace, and we were looking at Ilpio Park. I couldn't find the value in going 8 pulls deeper to try to get him. Especially since he's in the overall pool now, and I could just get him at any day in the future. So, let's see. Now we were seeing what we were done. Did the 40. Nice. Yeah, that's smart. I wouldn't go for copies of these guys either. I mean, Ju is arguable, but Ipio Park, I was like, Ipio Park looks so good. But then, that passive is just weird. That passive is just a little bit weird. Let's put on our PV, or not PV, our raid set, and get that done. Let's see. Okay, he's still wearing his gear. Oh, is everyone still wearing their raid gear? I've probably lost so many PvP matches in. I even saved equipment, but it didn't, like, save the equipment. So when I swapped gear on them, like, I clicked save equipment, I saved my defense team, but it did save their equipment because I swapped gear, they're still losing stats. So I figure there's just no way to actually keep my defense team prepared when I'm swapping gear around, so... It's my Advent 12 team. King Dark's really good for cheesing it. I mean, Ipio looks like he'll basically, Ipio looks really good for fighting Phoenix, but I don't see where you wouldn't already have some sort of, like, Phoenix unit already by this point, so. But he's good. If maybe if you're going for like a very narrow burn team, but 40% damage explosion on the chain 3, maybe that's. I was trying to think, like, do you even care that much versus one extension of the debuffs and running Hilda? Like, is Hilda doing double dot damage? That's 60% right there, right? Yeah, which Miro does massive damage with the poison detonation, and I guess you get a massive ton of burn stacks. So it's probably a pretty good nuke. We gotta run it a couple times today. Yesterday it was like, yo, did you click this button once? 5 minutes. Today it's gonna be like, hey, I don't know if you belong here. I'm like, come on, Expedition, let me home. Park was a 40% per burn, and I wasn't sure if honestly that was even more damage than just letting the ticks go at the end of turn. You know, just letting Hilda's damage boost play out at the end of turn. I figure it's roughly the same. I don't know if you're losing a ton of damage. But as far as the huge nukes go, it's probably one of the biggest like nukes that you could do. Yeah, and it's complete overkill in PvP. Yo, what's up, Feta Lord? Yeah. I mean, but aren't they like, he detonates the burns, but wouldn't that do like less damage to Kaiser because she could actually mitigate the chain 3 versus just the raw burns attacking her at the end of turn? Like, that's what I was like. Do you lose DPS in some spots detonating those burns versus just letting Hilda let the dot damage increase? That's fine. I don't care how long it takes. I just wanted to use up that stamina. Okay. I think I still need to do my guild battle today, so I think we'll do that really quick before we swap our gear around. Okay, I need to put gear on these 3. I do have to go swap my gear out, actually. Okay, so we take gear off of this guy. We need to strip Urek. We use Black March Bam. Excuse me. See, okay, so we're using Black March Bam. Blah, blah, blah. I think we just add her gear. Where did I put your... Is this your raid set? Okay. I don't remember. It's so hard to keep up with the sets. Kaiser. This should be your raid set too, then. But she's missing earrings. Maybe we could just put those on her. Okay, she's missing a bunch of gear. I don't know why it's saying the artifact is already equipped. He's missing a piece of gear. It's so hard to keep up with. And he's fully equipped. Okay. So I guess just any piece of gear on him. don't remember what she had. I think I just leveled some stuff up, which is why hers is missing. Yeah, it definitely. Yeah, I'm curious to see what's the people come out with the testing. I just didn't want to waste all of my gems going much deeper for them, and I know that we have like some units right around the corner, and I don't want to get, if I get unlucky and I miss them on the first rotation, I want to have extra gems to go back around. Okay, that should roughly be everybody. Plus, since I'm a fire team like from the very beginning, Godkiller, Coon, and Hwaryung, I'm completely tapped out on fire gems. I couldn't even afford to level them up. So it's... I think he's arguably better for some people too if they have the fire gems. Like in my spot where I'm completely tapped out, like fire units are chaos units for me. The rate up basically just means that they have a 2% or 3% chance to be pulled versus the other units. So for this banner, 2% to pick them up versus 1% for all the other units. And then after you do 10 pulls and this banner fills up, you can do a single pull and you'll get a guaranteed SS unit. And it'll be one of these. So that's what the rate up means. Just basically guarantees that you're going to be pulling one of the big guys. Okay, let's go back to the guild and we'll do those the guild lab really quick. Hey, they're getting better at putting the banners out. We didn't have a maintenance tonight. So, how about that? So, I'm wearing a lot of extra mana items on this team. And Raskria's fucking A. Fucking A. Raskria's great. You know, I probably didn't need Kaiser for the easy mode, but it's whatever. So, and I couldn't find where I'd really, I guess he'd like replace, I mean, Kaiser could be Hilda, I guess Ilpio could be Bam. I just don't, yeah. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10s. 10 burns, so that's what, 400% extra damage on his S3. But if we increase the dot damage, that's 60% attack, so that's 600% damage if we just let Hilda do her work. So I mean, aren't we getting more damage from Hilda? Unless it's like 40% of the S3's attack, which would give it like a crazy high multiplier. Like if it does some weird way of like... Maybe. It could be higher from the chain 3, depending on how it like... how the formula works. Yeah, huge update, Morphine. Huge update. Yeah, talking about the Ninetales, Zippio, and the 0 fire combo. It looks okay. Like, it doesn't look like it's bad, but I was just trying to do some mental math here and figure out if it was actually, like, if his passive was a little bit different. If it had some more synergy with burns or anything, then I'd say like, oh, he's easily a must-have unit. But since his passive is such a nothing, you know, he's not like boosting fire units or you don't have to have him on your fire team because you can just run a debuff team and it's basically the same thing. Like, I wish Ilpio made you go from debuff to burn. Like, I wish he was a unit that made you go, I have to be burn only. But I don't see that. That's kind of where I'm at. I don't see that. Yeah, he seems like just an extra burn unit for your PvP team. And I guess if you trigger Hwar Young and you give him the crit damage boost and everything, I mean, he's gonna absolutely fucking nuke some shit. But I play a burn team. I don't exactly need him to do that on a chain 3. Like, I would use his chain 2. I would apply some more debuffs, but I wouldn't use his chain 3, and he doesn't have an anti-death mechanism. Yeah. So if they one-shot me, like, I have to burn to death to stay immortal. You're not gonna pull that off. Like, they'll just one-shot you too, yeah. And you don't need. He's more of like one-shotting like some weird advent boss, or like not even an event boss. I mean, you know. He's good for killing Phoenix, but we don't need like a Phoenix unit, you know. So he's pretty good. I think I need to cap the upper end of my my mic. I think my mic volume might be getting a bit too high. Sorry about that. Oh wait, it looks like there's a lot of feedback today. Hold on. Hold on, let me turn off these fans a bit and grab a thing of water. That's likely what's causing all that. It's like a wind tunnel in here today. Go grab some water in a moment. Yeah, his 20% HP shield while being debuffed is nice, but it's also not the best version of It's also not the best version of that. Hold on, 1 second. Let me adjust the audio one more time. Okay, that should cut out the fan noise, and it should be a little bit cleaner now. Sorry about that. So it's not the best version, because if you look at Juvial Grace, he's doing the same thing. He purges a debuff on attack, or he heals himself for like 10%. So he purges a debuff and heals himself for 10%, or he just straight up boosts his like attack. It's just not the best version. Muzaka gives himself 1 turn of damage immunity, purges a debuff, and heals for 10%. So Ilpio has the worst passive debuff out of the units that do passively remove debuffs. So Ilpio's, he has a recycled passive, and it's the worst version of the passive we've seen yet. Especially, it's extremely conditional too, with he has to burn to death, which I find it really weird when you give units like conditions that the unit has no way of activating themselves. So I don't know, is that like a translation error, or is that legit? Like, how does, I mean, I guess he's a burn unit that you only use when you know that they're using burn units. So, what kind of niche team is that? I'm not gonna level that conditional stuff to 90. Yeah, it's like, it's basically, if you're fighting God Killer Zero, this unit will come back to life once. And it would be really cool if it was like, if this unit burnt to death, he revives like 2-3 times. I'd be like, wow, you just cannot, like, if you're a fire team and you're fighting Ilpio, you just fucked up, son, because he does not burn to death. But it's only one time. Like, and he has, like, I have to set all this up, burn him to death, and he comes back to life one time? It might as well just be a flat immortality. And it'd be instantly stronger. Now maybe they didn't want him to be so resilient because his two chains fairly good at applying burns. It's a really nice strong AoE, so maybe they didn't want him to be too resilient on top of that. But then you have King Dark, who's straight up like the nuke. Like, King Dark's amazing. Full damage, like, awakening tree and everything. And I'm like, he stays alive for 2 turns, so why can't Ilpio have a little bit more oomph here? So I'm a little bit disappointed in Ilpio, because, like, I don't know, like, who said that with the, his C3 seems broken if you go pure DPS with a fire stacking team. And that's what I was going to say, too. Like, this game doesn't have a debuff limit. So I could have 30, 40, 50 burns. If there was a debuff limit, then he would actually be a lot stronger. Because if like you could only apply 10 debuffs, then you could max out your debuff limit, chain 3, explode your debuffs, and then reset your debuffs and put another 10 debuffs on him like in 1 turn or something, right? But there's no limit on the debuffs, so you just kind of always want to increase the dot damage and just let them keep going, and that should out, like, 40% damage from his burns on his chain 3 versus 60% attack off of regular burns with Hilda. You're losing damage, I believe, overall if you use his chain 3 because there's no debuff limit. If there was a debuff limit, you could stack it up to realize more damage, and I think, like, if you're using his chain 3, he'll have good spikes, but I think long term, just paper fucking math in my fucking head, right? Just guessing. But I think long term, Hilda out damages him by millions, like, the longer the fight goes. So I don't think he's the best PvE wise. PvP, very, very niche. And like we were like, yeah, like Epic and me are saying, like, you should be basically immune to burns. Otherwise, why even just bother reviving 1 time? I think Juvial Grace is good. So, but I wouldn't go crazy on this banner. You could skip this banner if you don't need either of these units, and it wouldn't be the end of the world. But Juvial Grace is good. Now, I like him. He has his EX skill stuns. He has attack down on the chain 1, which is pretty good for some event bosses and stuff that you can go up against. His chain 3 stuns. And his chain 2, his chain 2 removes debuffs. So if you don't have Hwaryung, if you have Hwaryung leveled up, you don't quite need Juvial Grace because you can do some other things in the advents and everything that you're going to. But he's a really good ice unit for your ice team. And he'll work. He'll be a lot cheaper than Hwaryung if you're trying to, like, fight another Kaiser event, because you could just spam his 2 chain and purge those debuffs versus setting up the 3 chain and the mana and everything. So he's a more affordable. He's probably the best debuffer unit that we have. It depending on how you want to argue about it, you know. I always value the way I'm looking at it. If I'm looking to do something, I always look for the cheapest ability that does that so that I can rotate more high damage spells off other units, or skills, in this game, skills. So, Coon, Mashini, Green Apple, Yuri, and BM Bam. Coon's good. Mashini's like, are you talking about the A rank or the S rank or the SS? The SS has like the highest attack in the game, but her speed is kind of a letdown. I love her if you have her exclusive equipment. If you have Mashini's exclusive equipment, the yellow May for the taunt and everything, she's really, really good with that. Before she has the exclusive equipment, she's not bad. Like, she's a good unit. But I just have a hard time using her, like in PvP and stuff, because she'll get outsped by things like God Killer Zero, and then she just gets countered. She seems to get countered pretty easily. But I love her Chain 3. It's really, really good. But see, now if it came down to it, like, who would I would probably just use Mastini over Ilpio Park. I'd have to go look at her abilities to refresh my mind. But I think I would use Mastini over Ilpio. Oh, my game crashed. 1 second. Daily summons, that's the only way. There'll be world raids at some point where we can get exclusive equipment through farming world raids. But other than that, you just have to pull out of the daily summons and don't buy it. I've got pretty lucky just from doing my daily summons. I got God Killer Zero's equipment, Phantom Leaf Liddies. I'm only missing like 3 or 4 pieces of exclusive equipment. I've got really lucky, but I would just wait till you get lucky too. And I'm sure at some point they'll have like an exclusive equipment rate up banner, or they'll do something to drop some equipment on us. It just hasn't really been their focus. Oh, that's right. We get 50% off the Awakening Tree, don't we? I really like that they did that. I mean, I'll likely unlock most of his Awakening Tree just because it's cheap. And that'll give martial arts 200 extra HP. I like his little passive animations too. He's worth picking up just because he has a really good idle animation. Yeah, I've seen the new trial tower. I hadn't opted in there yet. I don't have any tickets today. We already used them up. But we just finished up the guild lab. I think I'm done with everything other than arena. So yeah, let's go look at the new tower. That's Bam. That's like young Bam, basically, from the webtoon. Alright, so let's see what these rewards are. You can only clear 3 floors a day, but they give you extra tickets. But you won't be able to use the extra ticket on this floor because you can only use 3 a day. But that's okay, I guess. It just seems a bit weird that they'd give you an extra ticket, but you can't use it. Ah, an extra copy of Goblin King's Pendant. Haha! That's gonna be really good. Juvial Grace and BM Bam are the same person. That's just like a younger version of him. Like BM Bam is they gave us BM Bam first, but he comes later. The rewards look okay. I like the Goblin King's Pendant. I think he's like a teenager to young adult in the webtoons. Gives us blood-sucking gear at S2, that's okay. It gives us another Oceanus bow. I kind of really like the Oceanus bows. Oh, it gives us a relic selector? Ah. That's cool. I could get my 4th copy of the fucking Monkey King's jacket. I have 3 copies of that relic, and and I don't even have the character yet. I get a 4th copy. What am I gonna use my relic selection chest on? I like that though. The tower rewards, they look pretty good, and it's not a time limited tower. Thank fucking God. So that's pretty good. But it's not a girl. Is this just a she accidentally shows her power? Close to that of who? Who is she? It's a he's a dude. So mistranslated there. Let's see. What relic, what God of High School relic would I want? Maybe this one, Dawn of Retaliation. Maybe that's like the best one I could take. What would I want? I guess I could take an extra copy of Bam's relic. I don't know. I don't even know what relic I want from the selector. But the tower looks pretty good. But yeah, he's probably somewhere around like... Well, no, he's... No, I mean, have you read the webtoon? If you've read the webtoon, just based on how the webtoon starts, it's really hard to say what his age is because... He was like... Alright, well the webtoon starts up and... He's basically imprisoned in this like rock chamber. So like he's a boy, but at the same time, like why is he underneath the earth? Like why has he been in prison there? How long's he been underneath there? Like there's some ambiguity there. So he's like a teenager thing, but yeah, I mean I think he's just shown into like starts off around the 13 age and they age him up to like 17 to 20ish, but definitely young. But see, if you look at them, you can see that you can see the eyes. See the eyes there? So, this is his, like, Keanu Reeves jacket phase. So maybe he's, like, 20 here. Maybe he's, like, 15 to 17 here. And maybe he's, like, in his 20s, like, Keanu Reeves age here. Phase. So it's Keanu Reeves phase. But yeah, no big spoilers. I mean, this is he's the big spoiler. He has all of his amazing like abilities activated. He has a jacket on, so you know he gets a jacket. That's a big spoiler. But this is pre-jacket. This is pre-jacket Bam. I don't know what relic I'm gonna take though. I guess I would just take Jew's relic and get that 15% counterattack rate. I don't know. But I am happy about the tower. The tower looks good. It's not limited. I wish all these towers were permanent. Like I wish Noblesse was permanent. That way I could eventually one day level up all the units I need to get through it. But it's okay. Yeah, after you do hard mode story and get everything done, then you're basically accruing resources and just trying to break the level caps in several different units. So I wait for the different game modes and stuff to hit. So I got a good chunk of resources, which is going into the Unleashed Raisin. So there's 4 levels there, which ate up a lot of my resources. And that's basically it. Once you get to the end game, log in for a bit, gather your resources for the day, do your hard mode 10 times, get the gold for that, and then I like this. I like that a lot. Max points. It was really nice of them to do that. But then yeah, just log in, get resources, rinse, repeat until everything's built up. Now where's did they already put in the other game modes, or did they just give us the banner? Okay, so we don't have. Isn't there like guild raids? Didn't that start? Where are those at? Ah, here we go. Guild war. Okay, so we're standing by for a guild war. And they're already fighting people, so are we just slow? Okay. So 30 versus 30 gives us... Okay, what's the guild store give us now for this? Do we have to like upgrade the store to buy the stuff? I don't see anything to use our metals on yet. Maybe they haven't added the items for the metals. But yeah, I don't see the rest of it. Okay, so there's Guild Wars, I guess. We'll have to wait for, I guess, an automatic matchup or our leader to, like, queue us against somebody and them to accept. I'm not sure how it works. We did get another selector, so I think I could select 2 SS pieces of gear. Got a lot of selectors here. Let's use some. Okay, here's my relic chest, which I was gonna use this for Coon. Coon's gonna be SSS at the end of the month. Well, I'm missing some of these, I think, but he's gonna be very close. Okay, so now I can select any SS gear. I feel like, oh my gosh, this chest is kind of amazing. Like anything I need when I need it, like right there in the spot. Sir, that's kind of hot. I like that. And then I do have 2 SS Vitality selectors, which I just hadn't used yet, because I hadn't finished up. A tank, really, I just hadn't decided on what I wanted. And then I was saving this because I'm very likely to get for the good tan. I'm just saving this to see, like, when they say, hey, summer relics are going away, then I'll crack that open and pick a copy of a summer relic that I like. But I'm waiting to see what I get naturally, just in case, you know, maybe I get like 2 copies of For a Good Tan and I'll go for that, or maybe I get like 2 more copies of Armez and I'll just go ahead and give me a rank 5 of that one. Like, I'm not sure where I'll end up, but I am accruing a vast amount of selector wealth. And oh, did we do our hero pass for the day? Gotta challenge the arena. Okay, so gonna swap all of our gear off, go back to arena mode, and that'll be it after we do some PvP. So I like the new patch. I was pretty excited about the new union, but we kind of tore into him a bit, and I think we're all pretty satisfied. I think we got a pretty good grip. We want to see some paper testing. You know, we want to see some number. We see the numbers on paper. We want to see some play testing. But did I level that up or something, and that's why you can't equip it? Yeah, I think so. But Juvial Grace, I was super glad to get him in 2 pulls. Like, that's That saved me so many gems. We're gonna be set for King Uma later. Let's see. Let's strip him as well. And then strip her. And okay, he's already stripped.
Sometimes a man with nothing good left to die for can live with nothing to lose.
Which is more? 9.5% attack, 4.3% skill damage. Okay. I think it's better to put this one on her. And then he should really have the attack one, I think. Okay, I think they can get a slight upgrade in their relics. Let's see. Taunt forces them to attack you, or attack that unit. So, if you taunt a unit for 2 turns, all attacks that unit does will hit that one unit. So if they do an AoE, it's only going to hit one unit. If it's a single target, just that one unit. So pretty standard, just a taunt. Let's see. I think we swap. I think this is more damage for God Killer. Oh, but Kun needs to have the highest damage for PvP, or the highest attack stat, because that way, when I'm fighting against the A rank Raisin, he always sucks up the stun, the thwart. He'll take it and then he'll waste it on the first turn because he uses his chain 1 on the first turn auto battling. So I set that up to counter the stupid Raisin teams that try to like take away God Killer's attack or something. Like, you ain't doing that. Okay, so that gives him 52k. Let me save. I want to put more damage on her. I wish her attack was a little bit higher right now. If only that was flat or attack percent. Okay, but that's my PvP team. I'll show you them. We'll go smack some people. So, alright, so here's the fire team. Like, this is like the PvP team that Ilpio would slot into, right? Instead of Ilpio, I have Kaiser. So how would Ilpio give me more damage? Like, let me pause it in between turns. Like, how would Ilpio help this fire team do more damage in PvP? Like, our first turn always goes like that. We debuff with Hwaryong. Maybe he could get a chain 1 in instead of one of these other units. God Killer always takes a chain 3 on the second turn. And this is a fairly good representation of like going into the second turn. Everyone's suffering several burns. I mean, I could kill everybody with a 200% AoE. I don't even need to. So he just doesn't seem to fit. He just doesn't seem to fit. Now, and also compare him to what I'm going to do with King Dart. Now, if I wasn't using Kaiser, which Kaiser also offers a couple extra bonuses. When she gets down to 50% health, she also gives me an AoE shield. And she reduces their damage and their crit hit rate. So, after Hwaryong buffs my entire team, God Killer Zero, like, keeps them alive so well. Ilpio can't even come close to that in PvP. Like, the synergy's muy magnifico. It's so good. It's so good. But then I have I keep going over 400k and I swap gear and then I drop back under 400k. But if I put King Dark on the team, then Hwaryung opens up with her immunity to debuff or to buffs and prevents them from getting buffs. And whenever that's active, King Dark extends all debuffs by 1 turn. When opponents can't be buffed, King Dark will extend all their debuffs by 1 turn. So Hwaryung opening up with her chain 3 into King Dark's chain 2 is a huge nuke, and it extends all the debuffs. Whereas Ilpio only extends debuffs on his chain 1, and they have to already be burning, which isn't actually a smooth setup for a burn team as much as opening up with Hwaryung's. Like, Hwaryung King Dark has a better synergy and setup there. So it's I can't find, like, he's running a King Dark team. He's running like pretty much what I was talking about. He's just missing like Kun, but you don't need Kun. So maybe you could swap Ilpio for Kun, but then like he would have just died right there. Like if I had Ilpio, he would have got 1 shot there, and like, what do I do? Like, he's gone. He wasn't burning. There was no way to put a burn on him that quick. Something, and that you saw why I set up the Kun with the highest attack there, because we got thwarted by King Dark, but because Kun had the highest attack, he was able to eat it up with his chain 1. So that's why I always make sure that the highest attack unit is not my big AoE nuker, because if it's your AoE unit, then Godkiller 0 will confuse it, or something else will confuse it, versus having like your support unit eat those debuffs up for free and just kind of waste their character's passive. So he's a good unit, but I really wanted to fit him in somewhere, but I just can't. I have other units that I would level to 90 that would do his spot better. He's just too niche. Like, even if it was like if it was Kaiser, I would just want the debuffs to blow up. I think if they have For the Good Tan on and you can put a couple debuffs on him, he's better against opponents that are using For the Good Tan. Yeah. Cause then they don't get a chance to heal off of it. Oh my gosh, I'm killing us with Godkiller 0. And somehow he lived really, really well. Was it from his heals, I guess? I was pretty outsped that time. I was just kind of clicking on like the highest one in the arena. Oh, they resisted the debuff, so she didn't actually peel their shields away. That was harsh. I guess I need more debuff accuracy on Hwaryung. Or more speed. I really should up her speed. The only reason I wasn't too worried about increasing her speed is because she's passively or naturally slower than No Name, and I just didn't want No Name to be able to ignore debuffs. So that's why the burns are so good. Like, what would I have done with Ilpio there? That, like, I just wanted the burns to tick. So, gosh, I wish that He just had better burn synergy. That sucks. To release like a burn centric unit that doesn't synergize as well with the top tier burn units as like off color different element stuff. Like, well, I could have a fourth fire unit or I could run King Dark or Kaiser, and like I just wish he had more synergy than both of those units in some way. If his passive was like extend burns if they're burning, then I would be like, wow, how great, because you can run like any attack and he'll extend burns. And I was like, that's a must-have for a burn team. Like, any attack, extend a burn, wow. Immortal if he just happens to die like a normal character. But I think that's their thing too, is they're like, I guess we have to get away from giving every single character an immortality. But we're to the point where like, if the character doesn't have an immortality, we're kind of like, what the fuck is this garbage? Is this even a character? How's it gonna stay alive? So like, I don't know. I guess I would feel better if his passive was like, if a unit has a burn, like if an enemy has a burn revive, that wouldn't be too hard to set up. It'd be too easy, and then it'd be basically be a guaranteed revive, right? But at least it would happen pretty often. Oh well. So Queen No Name we're definitely looking forward to. King Uma we're looking forward to, but we don't really need King Uma for our team. Probably Queen No Name is like the next team unit that we're gonna need. Probably Queen No Name. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with the box. I was happy that we got Juvial Grace in like 2 pulls. I'm not going to use him for a while really, but like he's really good. So I was happy with that. But I'm pretty much good. Now I just want to get a couple units to 90 and I just want to see what they come out with. Now I'm waiting for new units basically. I was a bit hyped up for Ilpio, and then I was like, gosh, what's this weird ass passive? Okay, so is that all of our daily missions? Yes. Okay, so we're good here. That should give me the points. That should be everything. Spin gems, summon equipment. I'll have to do like 3 extra equipment pulls for that, so I only get 7 a week. So they got me there. I'll spend a little bit of gems on the equipment. And then I need to do Team Arena 3 times. Should we go ahead and do it and just see what we get? I mean, we gotta do it 3 times. There's no way around it. So here we go. Boom! That's why you love equipment summons. Where else are you gonna get an A rank earring? And behold, wow, an A2 weapon. This is pretty dope. One more time. Haha! A rare destruction armor. I only get these every single time I do Advent, and that was 240 gems well spent, guys. You can spend 240 gems on the equipment selector, or you can run Advent 1 time, and it's like the same value. Those were the highlight pulls of the night. I need like an instant replay feature so we can just get that same excitement twice. Oh yeah, level up mission for both of them. not bad. I will probably level up Veal Grace to 80. I wouldn't mind having Ilpio just to level him up with the level up mission being here. But it's not like that matters, so I'll just focus on Veal Grace. We have like 13 days. We have plenty of time. I think I'll finish leveling up Raisin to 90 first. The Unleashed Raisin. I'll level him up to 90 first. Let me go back into hero mode. Click on 12 units. Apply their Team Arena gear. Good enough. Just take anything that he can put on. Same with you. Anything that you can put on. And again, anything that he can put on, because I don't really care for Team Arena. Like, it doesn't, you just have to make sure that they have gear on. Having gear on versus not having gear on, it makes a huge fucking difference for Team Arena. I just show a bunch of random stuff on them and normally does the trick. I had like a Team Arena set of gear saved for everybody, but that was, it just takes, it's so hard to keep up with all of your sets of gear. Especially for 12 units, like, oh, lord. I'll save this tomorrow. When I log in, I'll save it if I remember. Oh, it crashed. Come on. I was so close to being done. So we'll do the Team Arena, and then that's all of the dailies. Good patch, good pulls. I'll add the pull results down here into my notes. I'll fix it up later because it's, you know, 2 pulls and a Veal Grace, so try to keep a running tally. That way we can like look at the end of the year and just be like, yo, here's all the pulls we did. Okay, we need to level up. She's good, she's good. I'm pretty sure she's on the team. Whatever. I'm too lazy to waste all my gold, well, not even too lazy. I'm too thrifty to waste all my gold rematching. Oh, I suck butt. I'm just too lazy to properly set up my characters. Likely they lost because I didn't match the proper sets as I should have to the right characters. Excuse me. So yeah, that'll be it for tonight. As always, I love having you guys. Appreciate everyone who tuned in tonight. The patch notes, they look pretty good. I'm really excited about the new game modes. We'll try out some Guild Wars soon. We will be doing the real-time arena. I mean, whenever that comes out, or we can get into that, we'll definitely be wearing the shit out of the real-time arena, so I'm excited about that. We got the new unit that we wanted, and we didn't get Ilpio Park yet, so we'll get him later. I'm fairly certain that we nailed everything about his abilities. I'll see if anyone posts anything that like we didn't expect, but I'm fairly comfortable we know how his performance will be in a wide variety of teams, and nothing must have, like nothing too crazy there. Now Jovial Grace you definitely need if you don't have a debuff unit. You definitely need him. But other than that, not really a problem. So appreciate everyone who tuned in today. Like I said, I will be back likely tomorrow after some work. We'll do a stream around like 5 p.m. ish, depending on when I get out of work. If it's a bit later, it'll be a bit later. So sometime tomorrow evening we'll do a stream, play around with our characters a bit more, try to level up, and just have a good time. I would like to win one more of these so I can get my third chest. Not too worried about the last one. And yeah, so stay safe, take care of yourself. As always, I love you guys. Be good. See you soon. I'll let you see this last win or loss here. See if we do it. There we go. Later, guys.